What's good, folks? Listen, we got another head-to-head going on. Listen, this is another one where we don't compare how good the companies are game by game. This one where we find the biggest stinker and say what game had the biggest stinker. And this time we got some big boys. We got 2K and we got EA. Listen, this one gonna be the sport edition, so we just talking about Madden and we talking about NBA 2K. Then the other one, that'll be interesting, I'm not gonna lie, because you know EA got The Sims, 2K got Mafia 3, but we ain't on them right now. Right now, we talking about sport games. Listen, when you think of worst sport games, either two games come to mind. We talking 2K 2018, and we talking NBA Live 16. Now listen, grind. First off, I'm gonna start on 2K18. Listen, the grind was absolutely insane. I did play that game a lot though. I'm not gonna lie, I did play the game a lot. I figured out it took me an entire month to get a badge from bronze to Hall of Fame. Just to have my badge. Like, it took me an entire month. A month of playing the game, man. Just to get the Hall of Fame badges. The grind on there, it was insane. It was actually insane. And to upgrade your player all the way, it would have taken $150 for one build. Me, somehow I had multiple builds and they were all like 90. Because I ain't gonna lie, I played 2K18 a lot, and I mean a lot. Almost hit legend on there on one of my builds. So with that being said though, the game crashed like crazy. The park was unplayable, and it was a lot of step back cheese. There was a bunch of step back cheese. But let me tell you, there was a bright spot in that game. Listen, if you want a park player, listen, I only went to park like a couple times in 2K18, and every time I crashed, so my park record wasn't even all that. But if you focused on Pro-Am walk-on and the events they had, that game was actually gas. It was actually fire. Like, it was fun. You could score. And I'd go out there and have 50-point games. If any year I should have went for the 2K League, it would have been 2K18. Because I was just OP with the slash and shot creator, shooting from deep, shooting three, shooting in people's faces, mid-range, dunking it. Like, that game, I was a demon, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I like that game so much. But if you were a park player, I know that game was absolutely terrible. Because I remember I played like 50 park games, lagged out of almost all of them. But if you were playing like the Mountain Dew, and you playing Pro-Am walk-on, and you wagering people on the Pro-Am sticks, it ain't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all. But the thing that really sealed the deal for being one of the worst that they have, other than the crashes, is that you couldn't even play the game if you won online, and the servers are down, so you can't even get on that game if you wanted to, even if you bought it, which is kind of insane to me. Like, you can't even play a story mode, you can't play now or anything. So 2K18 always guards the worst 2K of all time, and listen, me personally, 2K21 is the worst of all time. Cause bro, nobody could shoot on there. Everybody had a Zen. Dribbling was butt on there. Maybe I was just bad at the game, but for me, it was 2K21 that was the worst of all time. That's legit the only 2K where I didn't get past pro. And I'm usually a 2K player, I'm not gonna lie. But 2K21, hold up, current gen, PS4. I'm not talking about the PS5 2K21. I'm talking PS4 2K21. I think it's the worst in my opinion, because I ain't have no fun on it. I ain't even scraped the game that much. 2K18, it definitely crashed the most. I could definitely see why people would say it's the worst game of all time, because they played the wrong mode. 2K21, there was no mode that was fun to me. Listen, I ain't mean to bash 2K21, but I just did. I'm not gonna lie, I did. But to me, it's 2K21. To most people, rightfully so, 2K18 is the worst. Now, to compare that to NBA Live 16. Listen, I'ma always have beef with NBA Live 16. Cause I did a face scan on there once, and they put my nose on my forehead, and they put my eyes where my mouth was, and my mouth was in the middle. Listen, that face scan was absolutely terrible. I knew right then and there that this game was not it. And somehow, some way, Kyrie is on both covers. I don't know what it is about Kyrie being on the cover. Don't put this man on the cover of any game ever again, cause it's like the games is turning out to be trash. I'm sure it's not Kyrie's fault. But still, that game, unplayable. Everybody, listen, it got the NBA Live. If you play NBA Live, you already know. It's arcadey. You can shoot over people. But this one, it crashed. It was sloppy. It didn't feel good at all. And it might be all around. I don't know if I want to say it's the worst game of all time. Because there have been some terrible games now. There have been some terrible games. But sport game wise, it might just be the worst game of all time. So, EA. Listen, I don't know if they ever making another basketball game again. But if it's like that, they don't need to. I'm not going to lie. But this goes for the basketball aspect of it. Now, time for the football aspect of it. I don't know if 2K made a bad football game. Because one of the best football games is probably 2K5 football. And I know there's like an all-star football team. Something like that. It was like, I'm not saying 2K is the cream of the crop when it comes to football. But I can't remember a bad 2K game that I had that had to do with football. So, we're going to move on to Madden. Now listen, Madden. The last time I played Madden, it was Madden 2013. I was legit. I remember I had Richard Sherman. I was in the championship. He caught a pick. I was happy. I was ecstatic. This man fumbled the ball in the last second, and the guy ran it back for a touchdown. And I ain't never pick up Madden until NCAA 24, like right now. NCAA 24 is the only time I seriously picked up Madden. But to be fair, I did play 23. I did play 23. I didn't like it, and I ain't play it that long. But still, I played it. But for a game to make me so mad that I literally stopped playing it for almost an entire decade is insane. Like, even though I was legit, that pain still sit with me, man. Richard Sherman still got beef with you on 13, man. I remember Calvin Johnson was on the cover. That's when I was really into Madden games. And right now, NCAA is good. Like, I can't really hate on it. But if I had to pick the worst Madden game, I don't have that much experience for real. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have enough experience to say what the worst Madden game is. If I had to guess, it would be the Madden 25. Not the one coming out, but the one with Harrison Pearson on the cover, or Barry Sanders. Listen, I can't even remember who was on the cover of that game. But I ain't play any NHL. I ain't play any baseball game. I played one, but I don't think it was from EA or listen. I probably played one with the bobbleheads or something. But that's all I gotta do with the sport games. Next up is the next video. If y'all want me to get into the other games like the Mafia, like the Sims, like the other stuff that 2K and EA made, let me know. Like and subscribe if you wanna, and we out.